So today I'm going to show you the Tofino Hot Springs. There's a little bit more than this. They're awesome, they're beautiful, they are not this quiet, and you can only get here by boat and seaplane. The channel's Downey Live. Let's get started. So to get there, we start in Tofino, British Columbia, where we jump on a boat for an hour-and-a-half ride out to Hot Springs Cove, all to find out if it's worth it as Canada's most expensive hot springs. We went with Ocean Outfitters. They're a carbon neutral company, which is great because I'm sure they spend a lot on fuel driving us around, so they offset all of that, which makes us feel good. And also the $150, a lot of it goes towards programs and organizations that are protecting the environment out here in Clayoquot Sound. So it's a lot of money, but you know they're doing the right thing, and I hope I'm contributing to those organizations as well, and getting a little bit out of it. Little stop off to see some sea lions. So interesting because there's bull kelp floating all over the place, and they kind of look like the sea lions. Like, the bull kelp have the little like sprouts on them, and it kind of looks like the whiskers, so you're always double checking. Hi. Wow. They're so fast.
So cool.
They came right up to you.
What do you think?
So now we're keeping our eyes open for gray whale. We're looking for spouts. So there are migratory gray whales that go up and down this coast twice a year. They go up one way and down the other time of the year. And one of the other boats from our whale watching company spotted it earlier, and it's out here. So as you're approaching, there's two other whale watching boats. I mean, it's a good sign that there's a whale there. They say it's about 80 or 90,000 pounds. 90,000 pounds. But like, also, this is just such a beautiful place in the world. And look at this. So because the gray whale doesn't have much of a dorsal fin, or a dorsal fin at all, it's really hard to spot. So what we're looking for is the spout, which is essentially them exhaling. And then you may, depending on the depth of the water, you may see a tail if they're going to dive really deep. Apparently their breath cycles about every 4 minutes, so they'll be underwater for 4 minutes. I think they can be underwater for as long as up to 20 minutes if it's really deep, but we're in shallow water here, so it shouldn't be too long.
Right close to the shore. Some other behaviors and
There it is. So after the great whale watching tour, we've just arrived at Hot Springs Cove. As you can see, there's a bunch of other boats here. It is a long weekend, so it should be busy, but our guide says since we're the last boat to arrive, if we take our time, enjoy the walk, it's about a 30-minute walk, then we should be the last to arrive, and then as they all leave, we'll have the hot springs to ourselves. So that's the plan. All the things you're learning, I don't wanna see what's inside. And take it for a mighty ride. It's all from our. Watch your feet. Watch your steps. All the things you're learning. Oh my God.
What the? Oh my God, I thought it was a giant spider!
Looks like that's going in the outtakes. The walk is really part of it. You can't think of it as a negative, like, oh, we have to walk half an hour there and half an hour back. That's an hour out of our time. You have to just enjoy this as you get this awesome 1 hour boardwalk walk through an old growth rainforest. That's small. That's small. That tree's actually not that big. Some of them, whoa! Look at that thing. Look at that tree. That is one tree. That is massive. This is such a typical West Coast, what should we call it today? Wet coast experience. Love it. This is what you're coming for, really. All of it. It's not just a hot springs, it's a West Coast experience.
Under extreme fire and pressure, the igneous and metamorphic rocks of Hot Spring Cove. Oh, got that eggy smell.
You can smell it?
Eggy smell.
Oh no.
Oh no. Let's not bring it up.
Torben hates eggs, so this could be bad. You smell the sulfur, see the steam. We have arrived. Look at that. So something to note is that this isn't like it is a touristy spot, but it's not a well-developed tourist spot. So the only building here next to the hot springs is this sort of change room shelter. There are change rooms here to change into, but that's it. There's no restaurants, there's no nothing. So bring your own lunch, snacks, and just come for the beauty. That's it. So I'm on the peanut butter and jam sandwich train.
Did you say that they should bring water shoes?
Kelly says I have to tell you to bring a water bottle. It's very rocky, very slippery. So bring water shoes. It's recommended by all tourists. They did. I did not. Big difference. So this water up here is like, they said it was like plus 50 degrees Celsius. As it comes off the waterfall, it starts to cool off just by being in the air. There's a few different pools on the way down. And by the time it gets to the last one, it's like kind of cool enough to sit in. That's why everyone is down there. Also, what's really neat, it's right by the ocean, so as the tide comes up or big waves splashes into that hot water pool, kind of cools it down a bit. So that's like the most refreshing spot to be. If you're daring, you can sit right underneath the hot waterfall. Some people say it's quite relaxing, others say it burns. So just, that's up to you. So there's the waterfall, the part that everyone wants to come and see. And to be honest, it's raining, which is so nice, but I totally have an umbrella with me here. I've borrowed from some other tourists that are here just so I don't get the camera soaked. But all the other tourists just left. You can see how busy it was earlier, and we were like almost waiting to get a spot. So now it's really nice. Everyone's kind of gone, and we have it to ourselves, so we're able to get some photos and just kind of relax. But our time is up. It's time to go. It's really nice once you have it to yourself. So that was our hot springs tour. It's $150. It's not a cheap tour, but I think it's pretty great because you get the whale watching and the hot springs. The hot springs is a wicked bonus to have to any whale watching tour. I still find it incredible how clear the water is. Like, we're in a marina. A marina. I don't know why I said it like that. But I do want to leave you with some bangers that I took at the hot springs so you have another idea of what it looks like. You can follow me on Instagram at DowneyLive if you want to see more of those. Also, like the stories that I kind of take while I'm there, a little more behind the scenes look at things. So if you're interested, follow me there. And if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe down below too, because I don't know where I'm going next, but I know I want you there with me.